Hello, and welcome to another edition of One Bad Veggies Root Beer Review, where in this review, we test our reading comprehension. In this review, we're going to be doing Reading Draft Root Beer. It's a re-review, of course, because it's time for a re-review. I don't remember too much about this one. Yeah, I don't usually remember a lot about the old ones because it's been like half a decade. But let's go ahead and just get into the ingredients. Speaking of reading, let's go ahead and read these ingredients right here. Just some things to note. Nothing super out of the ordinary or crazy, anything like that. We do have triple carbonated water, which I guess that's just, or triple filtered carbonated water, which I guess that means it's really, 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 really good water. I don't know. Let's go ahead and cut to see the artwork here. It's actually kind of like got like an old-timey flair to it. From what I understand, the company is a Pennsylvania company, I think. I should probably learn these things sooner rather than just guessing in the middle of the review, but I'm pretty sure about that. Anyway, yeah, it's, let's see, handcrafted since 1921, premium reserve soda. So yeah, it's not looking for, it's not one of those root beers that are just like very colorful and like fun, you know. It's very like, this is serious root beer, and you need to take our root beer seriously because it's very serious. So anyway, let's go ahead and open it up and test the scent. All right, let's go ahead and open this up and test it. A couple interesting things. Usually when you open up a bottle like this, it usually fizzes. So I'm hoping this particular bottle isn't flat. I guess we'll find that out when we go ahead and test the head and the pour. Otherwise, it's definitely leaning towards the anise flavors. So not looking too hopeful on this one, but let's go ahead, test the pour and the foam and see if we get different results from actually tasting it a little bit. All right, let's go ahead and test this out. Well, it's definitely still got its carbonation, that's for sure. Look at that. Okay. Is it long lasting? Long enough to try it. Let's go ahead and test this foam. See if it's like I said. Oh yeah. Oh wow. That is definitely a strong licorice flavor. I can see where this one's going. You know, something I noticed in the ingredients too before was that it said natural and or artificial flavors. Makes me wonder. Anyway, I don't know why I brought that up, but yeah. Let's go ahead and get into the taste test, and we'll go ahead and see how this goes. Now we're gonna go ahead and do this. I will say off the top of everything, even if this is something that I don't like, oh my god, I feel like I'm just preparing everyone for something. I only give Fs for stuff that's like weird and bad, and I don't think this is gonna be that, but anyway, preparing everyone for my review. Anyway, bottoms up. This one is an odd duck, to say the least. Basically everything that I was worried about is true, but also not as true as I thought it would be. The Anise flavor is definitely the focal point of this one. But instead of just being that, it's also got like a sweet, sugary tinge to it. It's what I would describe usually as like a complex flavored root beer, because there's lots of different flavors that I'm trying to pick out, and I can't. Almost has like a fruity kind of edge to it. It is, and I know I just got done saying that weird flavored root beers will sometimes get a F, but this isn't bad. Let's go ahead and get to the overall grade, and yeah, let's go ahead and see what we think of this in the end. So in the end, I don't think my letter grade is going to change from what I originally said. So we'll just start that out by go ahead and saying I'm going to give it a D. It's definitely not something that I particularly enjoy, but I do want to talk about the flavor a little bit more because it is unique. It is unique amongst root beers. If you had a bottle of this stuff, it is undeniably root beer. It definitely, it's not one of those ones that ends up tasting like a cola or something like that. It's definitely still got, it's still root beer. That's for sure. Like I said, the anise flavor is kind of the standout for this, but also it's sweet, and it almost has like a fruity, sweet kind of flavor to it. Almost, I don't want to say it's not sour, definitely not sour, but it almost has like this tinge of like almost like berry kind of flavor to it. And I don't know if that's just because of the anise being sweetened so much, if that's what it creates, like that particular flavor. Not really creamy in any way, shape, or form. Has a little bit of a bite, and I always appreciate a bite, so that was pleasant, you know. Doesn't leave a bad aftertaste. If you like the flavor of the root beer, it doesn't leave a bad aftertaste. You just keep on tasting more of what you've already tasted. So I think that's always a good thing. You always want the aftertaste to be the same thing you drank, or something even better. You just don't want it to be bitter and gross at the end. There's not really too much more left to say about this one. I honestly think, even though I'm giving it a low score, I think it's unique. I think that for someone who does enjoy an anise-focused, a more licoricey flavored root beer, I think that this would probably be very high on your list. Maybe someone who just enjoys like more complex root beers. Not that I don't like complex root beers, but I like a different sort of complexity to it. Not this one. This one is a unique flavor. In a weird way, it's hard for me to give it a D, because I do think that there's a lot of good things about it. They're just not things that I can appreciate very much. So yeah, we're gonna give this one a D. But for anyone who likes anise, for anyone who likes licorice flavors, I would wholly recommend it. In fact. Because, I mean, as someone who doesn't like those flavors, like, I still think that this is probably still better than a bunch that I've had that do focus on those flavors. So that's something to take into thought when you're purchasing root beer. And that was just it for now. That was pretty fun, actually. I enjoy a... what's the word I'm looking for? A root beer that challenges me, because that's what that was. That was it. That was good. Anyway, as always, if you like what you saw, then go ahead and subscribe. As for my streams, I will probably, in the very near future, maybe this very night during the day that I'm recording this, begin my very first master grade Gunpla. which will be the unicorn, because that's the series I've been going through. If anyone's wondering what I've been doing with my Gunpla streams, I started with a high-grade unicorn Gundam. Then I did the high-grade unicorn Gundam in destroy mode. Then I've gone on to do a high-grade, or a real grade version of unicorn. Now I'm moving up to the master grade unicorn, and we'll finally end with the perfect grade unicorn. I'm just doing a series of unicorns. A lot of them it was my first real grade, it'll be my first master grade, and it'll be my first perfect grade. So that's kind of the point of it, just to be like, look at how different all these are. I've already been informed by one of the viewers telling me that since the master grade is actually older than the real grade, that the real grade is actually a more fun build, which I had a lot of fun building the real grade. So I'm interested in seeing how the master grade goes. So that's really it for now. So I'll see you later, and I hope you had a good time.